Hey, what is going on, guys? Today we're learning to speed flip. For those that don't know, a speed flip is the fastest way to go supersonic from a standstill. It's done by combining a forward diagonal flip cancel with boost so that you can flip to gain speed without ever needing to let go of boost like you would in a normal diagonal flip. This mechanic is most useful in kickoffs, but can and should be used in a lot of places in place of a front flip in your movement while rotating around the field. To start, let's break it down so that we understand what makes the speed flip work. A speed flip is faster than any other method of movement because you gain the burst of speed from a front flip while also gaining the speed from the uninterrupted boosting. No other method of movement allows you to boost entirely through a front flip. There are moments you have to release boost, otherwise you'll slow yourself down, but not with a speed flip. With a speed flip, you get that sweet speed from boosting during the entire duration of the flip. The first step to a speed flip is learning the angle of the flip. The goal here is to gain as much forward momentum from your flip as possible, so we want a diagonal forward flip so that we gain the forward speed, but by doing a diagonal flip, we're able to cancel the car's rotation immediately so that you stay facing forward while boosting through the flip. The correct flip without the cancel should look something like this. If your nose travels out to the side too much, that means your flip isn't forward enough. And if you just do a front flip, then that means your flip doesn't have any diagonal input at all. The sweet spot is right about here with your joystick and should make your flip look something like this. Practice this flip enough until you feel consistent about hitting the right angle with your joystick. Now comes the tricky part. To get a speed flip, you have to cancel the flip almost instantly. This movement is much faster than any other input that I've done in Rocket League or really any game that I've played on a controller, so it takes quite a bit of practice. You have to cancel fast enough to keep your nose pointing forward so that your boost is also pointing forward and you can gain as much speed as possible when you boost. If you cancel too late, your nose will point down and your boost won't be speeding you up in the right direction. If you cancel too early, well, there really is no canceling too early for this mechanic. Think of too early as on time. The best advice I have for learning this movement is to think about the two movements on the joystick as one, and then time your dodge input as you reach the forward diagonal angle. That way you're moving your joystick into the cancel before you finish your dodge input. Another thing worth noting is that when you cancel your flip, you should cancel slightly to the side that you're flipping to. That lets you get your joystick down into the cancel even sooner than if you tried to cancel straight down. If done correctly from a standstill, you should reach supersonic speed about halfway through the flip and certainly before you land. At the end of the speed flip, there's some inputs you can make to clean up your landing and give yourself a smoother recovery. Depending on your bindings, there's two different ways you can do this. For those of you who use free air roll, I recommend holding your free roll binding through the flip, and as you finish the speed flip, slowly roll your joystick along the edge of the controller in the direction you need to air roll to land on your wheels. For those of you using directional air roll binds, you just have to hold the directional air roll at the end of the flip to roll yourself flat and land on your wheels. For both of these instances, you have to make sure you hold the cancel until the flip is finished or your car will whip out of the flip and you won't be boosting in the right direction. If you hold the cancel through the entire thing, it should look nice and smooth and you should be able to easily roll yourself onto your wheels for your landing. Now, applying this to a kickoff, you want to line your car up so the direction of your flip is directly towards the ball. Depending on the direction of the speed flip, as you begin moving, you should turn your car ever so slightly in the opposite direction. That way, when you do your diagonal flip forward, it pulls you directly towards the ball. For a speed flip kickoff, you want to jump slightly before you would on a regular flip kickoff. Since speed is exponential when it's constant, we want the burst of speed from the flip sooner because we'll be gaining speed the entire time. We still want to gain a little bit of speed on the ground, but just enough to get some momentum to carry through our flip. The extra speed that we gain from boosting through the entire flip will be more than you'd gain from boosting on the ground longer and flipping later. If you do it correctly, you should be going supersonic from the boost that you're using during the flip. If you go supersonic with your dodge, then you've jumped too late, and if you don't go supersonic until you land, then you've jumped too early. This training pack made by Musty back in 2019 still stands as the most valuable tool to learn to speed flip, especially when you couple it with this speed flip plugin that's able to tell you exactly what you're doing wrong. The first shot requires you to do it nearly perfect, otherwise you won't make it to the ball on time. If you use this training pack and plugin, then you're on the perfect path to speed flipping optimally. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if it helped, subscribe to the channel for more Rocket League tips, and if you want tailored one-on-one coaching, then check out my Medify page where you can book a session with me, link will be in the description. But most importantly, thanks for watching.